I'm on the moon. It's made of cheese.
It's made of cheese.
Today, wherever you're from this beautiful world and on the moon of cheese. Welcome to another Beer and Cheese Tuesday. And we got a great panel today. I want to welcome in Bumpy Road Brews. And cheers to you guys. First of all, Bumpy, Angie's Fluid Art. We got Sparkle, Mrs. Laurie Finzer. And we got Craig with Kent Beer Reviews. Very good to have you, Craig. Right on.
Cheers.
Yeah, cheers, guys. We it's an open table for anyone that doesn't know. I don't see why you wouldn't know. We've been doing this for a very long time, but for anyone new to this, we just pair it up. We bring whatever we want. We see if it works. We got Ryan's Beer Reviews in the house. Cheers, Ryan. Jacobco. And
Hi, Ryan.
Yeah. So cheers to anyone that pops in as well. Let's go ahead and get started. And with Bumpy, we're just going to show it off first, and then we'll get into it after.
I can't eat it all.
No. There you go.
Yeah, you can start with some whiskey. It's fine.
Just a wee dram.
Yeah.
So the wife and I went to Littleton, New Hampshire this past weekend, and stopped at. They have some like nice shops up there, a lot of restaurants and a few breweries, and then they have a lot of those kind of like, I don't know, secondhand shops and like antique type stuff, and just kind of weird. They're kind of like an artsy fartsy and everything else, and very townsy type town. And one of the places had all these nice cheeses. So I got some provolone cheese here. It's country smoked. Comes out of Fox Country Smokehouse out of Canterbury, New Hampshire. Fox Country Smokehouse starts with the finest award-winning cheese and slowly smokes it to create a naturally smoked flavor that you will not find anywhere else. So I can already smell through this packaging. I can already smell the smoke. So It's not sealed very well, I guess, if you can smell, or it's penetrating the packaging. Anyways, I'll cut that up. I don't think I've ever had a smoked provolone, so this will be interesting. What I'm going to pair with this, now I do have a very nice smoked beer, but I didn't want to do that because I have a Rausch beer from Schilling Beer Company and Bissell Brothers. They combined, but I figured that probably would have been just too much smoke. That'll have to stay for another day, another cheese. I've got a beer that I've never had before, and it kind of works with the smoked thing because this is Monty Python's Holy Grail. It says it's a British style pale ale, and it says tempered over burning witches. So,
Nice.
yeah.
Nice.
It's got
I
all
love
the
that.
black sheep thing.
I keep that can, man. That's cool.
I've had that beer before.
Yeah, it's 5%. I don't know. You can let me know what you thought of it. I bought just one can because I figured it's kind of gimmicky, so it might not be the best. But let's go ahead and I'll cut the cheese up later as we go on. I mean, you all see what the cheese looks like, the front end, and then the side that was sitting on the grill. So there's that. It's very soft. I can feel it through the packaging. I can smell the smokiness. So let's go ahead and just pour the beer, and I'll cut that cheese up when somebody else is going. It seemed like somebody already tried to open this because the tab was like just up, just enough to. I didn't have to dig for it. It was nice.
Cutting the cheese.
All right. So this is a British style ale, pale ale. So something like Bass, I would guess. It's got a pretty frothy white head to it, and it is a kind of amber coloration, very clear and effervescent. That's kind of the color if I hold my hand up there.
It's pretty.
Sorry, I'm doing. There you go. There you go. Doing renovations in the beer room here, so kind of things are a bit odd.
So that Black Sheep, the brewery.
Yes, it's Black Sheep.
Yeah, Yorkshire.
Oh, they're a brewery.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, cheers.
Cheers. Oh,
Cheers.
it's really pretty.
Cheers.
Almost looks like Sierra Nevada's pale ale in a way, kind of.
Yeah.
It's very clear and the head is very white.
Yeah, it is.
Yes. Very.
I'm looking forward to that cheese. All right, let's get back. Let's get on in. Oh no! Blood everywhere.
The knife.
Hi, Angie. How you doing?
Oh, me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You.
I'm always surprised. I'm always surprised when it's me. Okay, so I'm going to show the cheese first because everybody always makes fun of me about my cheese. But Mama went out on a limb. I got some Monterey Jack, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I've never had Monterey Jack on the channel, so it's always been cheddar. And my beer of choice, which is very special, I'm really excited. It is a Treehouse Julius.
Yum.
Yeah, so I'm excited about that. And it is, thank God I got my new glasses because I lost my glasses. 6.8% ABV. And it's a pint, so we'll go ahead and pour it and see what it looks like. And of course, I do have proper glassware, so.
Beautiful. Oh, you got a new glass. Yeah, cool. Good deal.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's like that looks great.
Quite opaque, but you can look at the bubbles. You can see the bubbles. Look at all those bubbles going up. That's pretty neat. Look at that. That's really cool. Sorry, I don't know why that's. Anyway, yeah, it looks fantastic. It looks creamy. It looks thick. The head is kind of it's white with just a touch of orange in it, just a touch, and it's very frothy and it sticks to the glass really well. So yeah, this is what we're going to do. We're going to do the Treehouse Julius and Monterey Jack cheese. So I'm looking forward to it. And thank you for having me.
Thank you for bringing cool stuff. I need to try some of that. Thank you, Andy. Cheers to you. All right.
Thank you.
Wait, love your hair today. It looks beautiful.
Oh, thank you so much. I like yours too, by the way. Younger man, I'm telling you, 20 years younger.
All right. Okay, thank you. Okay, we're getting on to Sparkle here next. There we go. Cheers.
Yay!
I have a very large can of Foster's.
All right.
Nice.
I've never tried Foster's before.
I've never had that one.
Yours,
Yeah.
thank you.
Let's see. Okay. This is the Foster's Premium,
Hi, BC.
and it's 5%. And Tom brought home the Foster's and the Lager and told me to pick one, so that's the one I picked.
Nice.
And I'm going to pair it with Boar's Head Fontina, which is kind of an alternative to Swiss. So we'll see how that works. I love Swiss, so I'm
So
pretty
do I.
sure I'm going to like this, and hopefully it's going to go nicely with this. This is a, it's a lighter beer than what I normally drink, but I'm going to go for it. So let me open this baby up. I love the sound of that pop.
So do I.
And we're going to pour it in my beer time glass.
Okay. Now we're talking.
Aw, BC, you're a sweetheart.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm not calling you a sweetheart, but
Beautiful, beautiful color. Definitely transparent. It's kind of a red golden, which I love. Goes perfectly in this glass. It looks like a showpiece. It's very lacy on the head and lacy around the top. Not real bubbly in the beer, but bubbly in the head. So it is shrinking, but I think it's going to be good. So there
Nice.
you have it.
Thank you. Thank you, Sparkle. All right. That's a good beer, actually. I hope you like it. Have you had that before?
No,
Okay.
never.
Okay. I do like the green can. I like the ale, I think. Yeah. All right, cool. So let's get on to Craig next. Cheers, Sparkle. Cheers, Craig.
How you doing then? Right, so I've already cracked the bottle, but I've not drunk much of it yet. But, so this is from the Czech Republic, and this is their Budvar. It's their dark lager.
Nice.
4.7%. I've still got that there. Most of it's here. So it's the same brewery that does Budvar, which is big dispute that been going on with them and Budweiser for over 100 years or whatever the hell the deal is.
Oh wow.
But so from the Czech Republic, a dark lager or a Schwarz beer, roasted malts, caramels, Munich malts, that kind of deal. It's still lagered. I think they use mostly Saaz hops, which is one of the local hops from the Czech Republic, in that kind of between there and southern Bavaria of Germany. So yeah, I'll pour the rest of this in, just try and invigorate a little bit more of the head on this one. Probably not going to, but not really. A little bit. Nothing crazy. It's been open for probably about 20 minutes or so, but you get the kind of deal with this one. Quite available, easily available at the moment. There's a supermarket just down the road that stocked this. It's like £1.49 a 500ml bottle, so pretty good value. And I'm going to pair it with my regular cheese when we come round again. So yeah, just a traditional white cheddar that's always in the fridge. I didn't have time to go out and get anything fancy.
White cheddar though is pretty damn good. So
it'll be interesting to see how it works with a dark lager. So we'll give it a go.
Nice.
So, yeah. Cheers.
Cool, man. Thank you, Craig. Cool. It's good. Again, it's good to have you. We've had 4 of us, and it's nice to have a five panel. So
Yeah,
Cool.
So
Thanks for
all
having me.
right.
very nice.
All right. So okay, I'm gonna show the beer first. The beer is from Lewitt Brewing Company over in my neck of the woods, out of Vancouver, Washington, just about an hour and a half away from east of me. 5.2% lager. It's a fruited lager, and I thought that sounded really interesting. It actually dropped out of my 6-pack container thing. It like I picked it up and it fell out. So that was the one that I was gonna do today. I was gonna try and choose one, and this one just said, "Take me, take me." And so I'm gonna do this today. Flavor capital of the world, Santa Fruta. Welcome to Santa Fruta, the fruited lager, 5.2%. It was canned. I don't have a date, but go ahead and open it up. Let me get my light a little brighter here so that you can see that. I just want to blind everyone with my light bulb.
Light bright.
I'll just leave it on.
Light
All
bright.
Light bright. Oh, dirty glass mafia. We got a hazy lager, nice and turbid and awesome looking, but oh, that's definitely fruited. We'll get into that. Looks good. Interesting. And I'm gonna do that with a Switzerland Swiss from Emmy. Emmy. It's a Switzerland specialties. Got it over at the Kroger grocery store or Fred Meyer, as we call it here. But it is a product of Switzerland, and this is what the cheese looks like. You guys have seen Swiss before. It does have the little, the little bubble things in there and all that shit. But it smells funky. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and start this up. Let's get our reviews going, see what we think of our beer and cheese, and let's start with Bumpy. That's it. There we go.
All right. We're going to start with I've been obviously eating some cheese and taking sips of the beer, but we'll start with the beer. Some aromas. From afar, I pick up like maybe a little bit of like a fruit note. Get in there. Yeah. So it's almost like a little bit like berry-esque and apple mixed. Like a berry and apple, some malt sweetness, kind of bready, but you can tell there's like a slight caramel or toffee type note too, but it's very slight. Most of that kind of like fruited notes coming through mostly. All right. Cheers.
Cheers. And
Cheers.
Miscellaneous said cheers. Cheers, Miscellaneous.
Yeah, so it's like a lighter body, medium carbonation. It is drying. It's got a good amount of like maltiness to it. A little bit bready. I'd say a touch of a very, very light caramel. Just a kiss of a caramel. The fruit notes kind of coming through. Kind of reminds me of like a blackberry or something. A little bit. Maybe still mixed with like an apple type thing. There's just some fruity notes. It kind of finishes. It's got I'd say a mild bitterness to this one. A low mild bitterness. I say mild. I almost said moderate. Okay, a mild bitterness. So like a kind of reaching into a moderate because there is a lingering bitterness. I want to say it's a bit earthy tone. It might be like a touch floral, and then it leads into like a kind of a grassy floral finish. A grassy, earthy finish. I mean, so kind of berry, apple, malts up front with bread, like bread notes, slight caramel. That's kind of all the upfront flavors. Go mid palate, starts getting a little bit floral-esque, coming into an earthy, grassy finish. And yeah, like I said, kind of I'd say a mild to moderate bitterness. It is a lingering bitterness, and slightly drying to the palate as well. I haven't had too many English bitters or British style pale ales. Bass is probably the one I've had the most of, but that's like owned by Anheuser-Busch now, so I'm not sure how close to the original recipe they're actually still making that one. I would say that I think I do prefer Bass over this one, though. Just slightly. Let's get some aromas on the cheese. From the cheese itself, the provolone, it's buttery. Smoke's pretty prevalent. Kind of smells like they may have used corn cobs with it, because I've had a corn cob smoked cheese and it's kind of giving off the same kind of aroma. Not exactly sure what kind of wood they would have used. It's not like very potent. It's not like hickory potent. So probably like a lighter wood to smoke it. But the smoke is definitely there. It almost gives off a bit of that, like, I don't know, I get this. It almost comes off like a metallic type note to me from the smoke. If you're standing in the smoke when you first start it up, and you're getting that dirty smoke, it kind of resembles that. And it may just be because this is such a light cheese. I think that light cheeses are super hard to smoke, but people keep smoking them anyways. Anyways, I'm going to eat it. Cheers.
Cheezers.
Bon appetit or whatever.
Bon appetit.
Just eat it.
Cheese.
Yeah, so it's a very flexy, wobbly. It's provolone. Leave it alone. It's provolone. Yeah, it's kind of buttery. There's some saltiness to it. It's kind of a weak flavored cheese. It goes great, like on like subs and stuff. You make like a ham, turkey, salami, whatever. You make an Italian sub. Provolone is perfectly fine for that. Adding it with other things, kind of has a slight bit of a footiness to it. I'd say like a very mild. I mean, Swiss is kind of what comes to mind with the flavor note where it starts to go funk, but it's very, very light, very mild foot funk with that buttery and saltiness. The smoke is definitely coming through. It's giving off that kind of dirty smoke, almost metallic like note to me.
Huh.
It's not like it's overly powerful with the smoke, because I can still get the provolone flavors, but I don't know. This one, just like regular provolone, maybe better on a sandwich. Have some of those other flavor notes to kind of cover up the non-great notes from this cheese. All right, let's go ahead and eat some cheese again. And damn you, cheese, you're sticky. Cheese is like Velcro now.
Subway roasty sandwich with that cheese. Oh my god.
Cheezers.
Cheezers.
Cheezers and cheers.
Cheese.
Okay.
Oh, are you all
So
right?
some of that smoke still lingers on. It does add to the beer a little bit. Almost makes it like a very mild Rausch beer of a British ale. A light smokiness with the kind of blackberry and apple note right up front. Still finishes with the kind of earthy toneness of this beer, and the bitterness and the metallic-y kind of flavor I was getting from the cheese is blended in there too. It's kind of ruining the beer a little bit. The interesting notes, the kind of smoke that first gets introduced with the beer. So slight smoky character to a British pale ale wouldn't be bad, I don't think.
Awesome.
Especially if you use like one of those fruited, like if you use like a cherry or an apple would. I think something like that would work well with the British pale ale. Let's go ahead and drink, eat, and then move on.
All right.
Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers and teasers.
Bunch of cheesers.
Teasers.
All right. Bland. Smoky. Metallic. Okay. Yeah. So after drinking the beer and then eating the cheese right afterwards, it just, there's nothing. There's nothingness. It's just kind of like really weak butter until kind of a smoky type flavor starts to pop up. It kind of reminds me of like corn cob smoke. And then it does get metallic. And that's the finish. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a fan of this cheese.
Oh, sorry.
Damn it.
Like I said, it might be good on like a sandwich. Maybe I should save the rest of it if we have any sandwiches.
We're
If you
on
met
crack.
it on a hamburger, you think it'd be good?
That is a sandwich.
Maybe.
It's a hamburger.
Garlic
Roast
cracker.
Hot sandwich.
One of those roast beef Subway's sandwiches.
It's not a
Okay.
hamburger sandwich. It's a hamburger.
Yeah, I just need some. It needs some other thing. It's like it's just gonna be there for that like light smokiness, and then you have like some ham, some pickles, and onion or whatever else to cover up the not so great flavors I'm getting out of this.
Nice.
I chose this cheese because I went through all the cheeses that I have in my fridge, and this was the one that was going to expire first.
Good call. Nice.
Thanks, Bumpy.
Perfect.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Maybe it's already expired. You don't know.
All right. So now we're moving on to Angie.
Beer man, Bill has a question in the chat.
It
About-
is a red ale.
What is a amber?
A red ale, basically. But I guess a red ale would be more on the lines of an Irish style or I don't know. That's I don't know. They call them both red or amber. So, like Fat Tire. Fat Tire is an amber.
Right.
The old Fat Tire. Not the new one. All right.
Miss Piggy, I like pop. Me too. Hey, Ron. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do my thing. Again, this is Treehouse's Julius at 6.8% ABV. I was lucky enough to have a friend that was able to get it and send it to me, so that was really cool. And you know who you are. Thank you very much. I didn't know if I was supposed to say or not. So, all right. So we're going to go ahead and, oh my heavens. Oh my. This is the,
It's the shit.
oh my God. This smells so freaking good. Shit. Okay. So on the nose. Oh man. I mean, the aroma is just pungent. It's just so strong and wonderful. It's great. I smell lots of citrus juice. I'd say orange, Maybe the little cuties, the clementines. I also smell some tropical, like mango. Little peach. Definitely some passion fruit in there. It just smells juicy. It's like a big fruit you just want to sink your teeth into. My God. Yeah. Oh, wonderful. It smells great. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and give it a whirl. So cheers, everybody.
Cheers. Cheers. Skull Frost.
Oh my. That is just heaven in my mouth.
Oh, I don't know what heaven's like.
I think this is the best beer I've ever had. That I've actually like bought, store bought or bought from a whatever, brewery. It's medium bodied, nice pillowy, velvety mouthfeel, man. I mean, it is. It's just like a magic carpet ride for your mouth. And oh man, it is. It's so juicy. Going down. You taste all of the fruits. You taste them all. On the back end, there's just a slight bitterness that kind of cuts that, so that it doesn't seem like you're drinking like juicy juice. You know what I mean? So there is a bit of a bitterness, very slight. It's not overpowering because I don't like real bitter, but it's just enough to cut that sweetness. And it's a perfect, combination. It really is. Effervescence has a lot of carbonation. I mean, yeah, that's just really great. Okay. So I'm going to go and move forward to the Monterey Jack cheese. Here it is. I don't smell anything.
You got COVID.
I don't smell a thing.
You got COVID.
Yeah. Oh no.
Oh, fuck.
No, don't
I'm
say that.
supposed to test again tomorrow. Oh my God. Oh, you're in trouble, man.
Oh, shit.
What is going on? Oh, it's all stopped up. I don't smell anything. So we're just going to go ahead and taste it. I apologize. I'm sure it smells like something, but I don't know.
Please be delicious.
Please. Please be delicious. Cheesers to you, my friend.
Jesus.
It doesn't have much of a flavor either.
Oh.
Monterey Jack. Yeah, it's kind of a lighter cheese though. Somewhat, yeah.
Awesome.
There's a little funk. There's a little funk on the back end. I did taste the funk. It's kind of like it's like a bland Swiss. It's kind of bland. I mean, it's enjoyable, but I mean, you don't really taste anything. So anyway, all right, we're going to do cheese and then beer and then the opposite.
Cheesers again.
Cheers.
Cheesers.
Cheesers again. Again.
That beer looks awesome.
Yeah, it does. Oh man.
It's like, yep.
It's delectable.
I know it is.
It's beautiful. It's like a work of art. It really is. I'm not. I don't mean to be over dramatic, but this is a damn good beer, and the cheese isn't bad now that I can taste it again. So,
Good.
all right, I'm gonna do another. I'm do it the opposite way. Cheers.
Cheers. Cheeseries. Cheeseries. I hope it's fucking delicious. Bon appetit.
Bon appetit. I like that.
Yeah, Bill, it's like string cheese.
Yeah.
That's what it's like. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I want to end with tasting the beer. So we're going to say the cheese first and then the beer is best. And wow, if you ever get a chance to have this Julius, it is divine. This is what I've been looking for in my liquor store. Something like this that always is nice and orangey with a nice head, and it looks thick and like it was juicy and fruity and stuff. And I'd always get something bitter, and it never ended up like this. But this is the first one. This is what I was looking for. Yeah.
Nice.
So very.
Can you order it from them?
Nah.
No.
Well, if you like those, that's something I
I
need
may
to.
take a road trip though up to Massachusetts because let me tell you, it is worth it. It is worth
Okay,
it.
beer man, you've got a challenge.
One of the reasons I want to go to Boston, they got a tap room in Boston, so yeah.
I need to go to Boston.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
A little far for me.
man.
No, we'll just
Yeah,
get
me
you on a
too.
plane.
Yeah,
So
I may
quick.
never leave.
I'm really excited. So I'll let you know my score later, but yeah, it's going to be high. And cheers, everybody. I'm very happy with this.
Cheers.
Awesome.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers, Angie. Good reviews. All right. Well, cool. Now we're on to Sparkle, Mrs. Lori Finzer.
Yeah, that's a tough act to follow.
Oh, no way, girl.
Okay, well, there is actually still a little bit of lacing on this glass. There's definitely some barley smell to this. A little bit of apple smell. Maybe slight lemon. It's not very strong smelling. Yeah, it smells very light. So let's see how it tastes. Cheers.
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 Mm. Interesting. I taste a little cinnamon.
Oh, wow.
Slight bitterness on the back, sweetness on the front. It definitely has kind of a slight apple and maybe a little caramel. It's not sweet, but it's not sour. It's kind of in between. Very slight effervescence. Between a medium and a light. I can see it would be very refreshing. It's something I could drink more than one of and not feel really bloated and laden down.
I'm always bloated.
Now, Bumpy, you laughing? Tell me why. No, seriously, tell me why.
Why I always feel bloated?
Oh, never mind.
That
We won't
never
go
goes away.
We won't go there. It's pleasant. I think I think I would enjoy this over some of the others I've tried. So we'll go to the cheese. Now, this is a very, very flexible cheese.
Jeez, that is.
In itself.
That is extremely.
Like
It
yoga.
might just break, but hey, you know what? It made
Yeah.
a circle and then busted. So,
My wife used that to make homemade macaroni and cheese. It's awesome.
oh yeah, I
Mm.
can. Okay,
Oh.
I get that for sure. Very, very light smell to it. Not as heavy as other Swiss cheeses I've smelled. Smells very creamy. Very subtle. Mm. A light Swiss. It's pungent. It's not as strong as a lot of the Swiss cheeses I've had. Maybe that's why it's called Fantina, because it's supposed to be very buttery, very not sharp, and very cool.
Sounds good. Yeah.
I like it. I like it, and I can totally picture this
Cool.
in homemade mac and cheese. I'll have to tell Tom because he made me some mac and cheese before I left for Vegas, and it was, oh my God, I almost ate the whole pan. I couldn't stop. I mean, it was bad.
Oh, I know. Mac and cheese is my weakness.
Okay. So let's see what happens.
Cheers and cheesers.
Cheers and cheeser.
Jesus.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus is among us.
Goodness God dang.
Oh no! I'm sorry.
No, chills.
That was close.
Sorry. I'm so sorry.
That was interesting. That was interesting.
How was it when it went up your nose?
Actually, it didn't get there yet, but it was close. That wasn't a bad combination. It kind of blended together better than I thought it might. So that was okay. I still have that creaminess of the cheese. The beer didn't wash that away. I mean, the cheese lingered after the beer was gone. Let's try it the other way. Let's see, beer and then cheese.
Jesus again.
Jesus God.
Don't make me laugh.
Oh man. I like turtles.
I'm sorry.
I like butterflies. That's why I have wings. Right?
Butterflies.
The cheese definitely takes over if it's after the beer. I mean, you don't taste the beer at all. So if I really wanted it to be kind of a nice blend, I would do the cheese first. I will say one thing. I'm not a fan of how Boar's Head packaged this. I don't know if it's because it was sitting out and got soft, but they've got like a red wax around it. And when I sliced up the cheese, the wax had gone into the cheese.
Oh.
And I had to pick it out. So I don't know if it's because it had gotten, too soft. I don't know if you can see this, but you can already see it coming away from from that and coming onto the cheese. Now, if you're a hostess that has had too many cocktails, you're not going to pay attention to that
Serve people
when you
wax.
cut the cheese, and they're going to be chewing on wax. So that's the only
Waxing it,
thing.
yes.
That's not good cheese. You'd
I'll be
always
waxing and waning the whole night. So anyway, that's the only thing that I would say about the brand. And again, it could be because it had been sitting out and it was, definitely soft. So
All right.
I don't know. I'll have to experiment, I guess. But that's it for me.
Awesome.
Yay, Sparkle. Cheers and cheesers.
Cheers. Oh, yeah.
Cheers and sweet Jesus.
All right. Sweet Jesus. Got Craig next. Cheers, man.
Right, cheers. So Budvar Dark, so Budweiser, Budvar, they're out of the Central European area.
I like it, Ron.
It's actually called Czechvar in the States, I believe. So it might be down your kind of the world beer section or whatever you have over there. But yeah, I've had a few sips, of course. I've had this before, but so a dark lager. It's got like roasted malts. It's got SARS hops in, which is again from the region. I'm trying to think, do a little bit of research here. We get to so they've got malted barley, Munich, caramel, and roasted barley in this. So in the beer with the light, it's got a little bit of kind of a mahogany kind of hue to it. It's not really. I mean, it's lost quite a lot of its carbonation now, but let's get a nose, I guess.
Nice. Nosers.
So yeah, you're straight away you're getting that roasted malt, that caramel, very kind of getting that roasted barley as well. It's got a little bit of a cereal note to it. Yeah, slight sweetness, but it's not kind of really overpowering. So yeah, it's looks the part. So let's give it a try. So, cheers.
Nice.
Craig,
Cheers.
Kanpai.
So yeah, there's a medium sweetness there, but it's quite balanced up with that kind of roasty, toasty malt. And again, that whole caramel, slight toffiness is coming through without that kind of stickiness or nothing like that. But I still maintain that kind of, as it is a dark lager, there is still a little bit of, it's still quite refreshing. And a lot of that kind of residual roasted malt, caramel is lingering on the palate, which could be interesting with a mature cheddar cheese, which is basically it's always in the fridge. This is one that's so it's a British mature cheddar. It's a big old block, Have this in sandwiches, melted on toast, that kind of deal. On top of spaghetti bolognese, grated down. So pretty much, all that kind of deal, really. So we tried the beer. Let's try a little bit of the cheese then. So texture-wise, yeah, it's it's been out of the fridge a while, so it can get a little bit more rubbery as it obviously it warms up and stuff. That kind of deal. A little bit more flexible than it probably would be cooler. We'll break it off and give it a smell. Yeah, I mean, it's like any kind of regular mature cheddar, really. I mean, it's you're almost picking up that kind of creaminess just on the aroma. Yeah, slightly pungent. It's not crazy off the chain pungent, but it's it's a mature cheddar for sure. So go for a taste then. So cheers.
Cheeser. Jesus.
Jesus.
Hallelujah.
Cheesers and cheers.
So yeah, I think it does change slightly when it warms up, but it's still got that really nice kind of easy kind of moorish kind of tang to it. Creamy, as you expect, really. Kind of a little bit, I say it warms up, it goes a little bit, it's kind of sweaty. It is a very warm night tonight here, so maybe that's playing a part. But yeah, I mean, we have this cheese all the time, so it's kind of know the deal with it, really. So try the beer and then the cheese, and then we'll do the reverse like we've been doing. So
Nice.
Cheezers.
Oh, God.
quite
Cheers.
interested to see how it's going to work with that caramel.
Good night, Miss Piggy.
Oh wait, is she saying she's going to be on the spinning game?
Kind of works quite well. There's that kind of that roastiness going into roasty creaminess together. Combination of the two. It's actually quite interesting. Wasn't sure if it was going to work or not, to be honest. That way round is pretty good. So we'll do the cheese first, then, and then the beer. See how that pans out.
Yeah.
So yeah, all that.
Cheezers again and again and again.
Multiples.
Oh shit!
Sorry.
I like it both ways.
It's wow, it really does bring out the cheese that time more than the other way around. It's weird. I expect it to bring something more out of the beer. It just really enhances the flavour of the cheese more. Interesting. Not crazy intense, but it's like almost like a double matured cheddar, if you like. Well, I mean, what's bringing that out? I'm not sure. It could be a combination of the barley malt in that as well. Perhaps that fresh, refreshingness from the beer just push that kind of nice, kind of creamy element through. Or what the deal is, I'm not sure, but it definitely worked. I wasn't sure if it was going to, but it's definitely something I'm actually going to do again. Actually, so
Cool.
interesting. So, cheers.
Awesome.
Cheers.
Huh? That was
Cheers.
great. All right,
Cheers.
Craig. Cheers. Okay. My beer is warm now.
I know, right?
Guys. No, I'm just kidding. I was joking. No, so all right. Fruited lager. Probably an American lager. It has some effervescence still. It's really kicking it up. It's got a nice little chill haze to it. Little rim, good, decent head retention. Keeping it real, looks good. It's going for the nosers.
Nosers.
It smells like a goza. It smells kind of sour, like salty sour. A little sweet, fruity. The fruit I'm getting is more of like orange, tangerine. Yeah, it smells like tangerine. Tangerine. Little lemon, little lime. Mainly tangerine though. Tangerine orange. Yeah. Let's drink it. Cheers.
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 Nice one.
Ooh. Ooh. Ah. Ooh. That is grainy. Ah.
Ooh.
Not digging it. Not digging the grainy. It kind of tastes like a cheap lager that you would get in the cheap section, trying to save your bills. Not Mr. Bill, but the bills in your wallet. This is really. I hate to say it because I went to my favorite bottle shop to get it, but the fruit's there. I think it's the main thing is that I'm trying to establish ground with my palate because I just had an IPA, Westy IPA. So I'm trying to. I didn't have any water to rid anything out of my mouth. It does have a dry finish, dry all over the tongue, dry in the palate. Very mineral, like very chalky texture in the mouthfeel. Somewhat crispy. Body is light. No alcohol. Very easy to drink, but it has that big time hardcore, like kind of a corn and a grain, like a cereal grain, like Cheerios or And then you're adding the orange in there, the tangerine, kind of a sour orange, sour sweet orange. It does kind of like have that goza kind of thing, a little salty, a little salinity. Fruit comes out. Interesting. I'm curious as to what this funky Switzerland cheese is going to do for me. Let's see what it does. All right. So this is a Switzerland's finest. Just kidding. I don't know if it is. It has a little hole. It's rubbery, but it goes to a snap at the end. Definitely has its the holes like that of a Swiss cheese. Smelling it, a little funky, footy, lockery, salty, sweet, nutty, little nutty coming out. Slight butteriness. Funky though, for the most part, very funky. Most Swiss cheeses are got that funk bite. So we'll see if it's squeaky though. Let's try it.
Cheese it.
Cheesers.
Like part of the nose.
Might need some
Milky,
olive
funky,
oil on it if it's squeaky.
sweet, nutty, squeaky. Just squeak on the teeth. It's got that rubbery squeakiness. It actually has quite a nice flavor profile. It's more complex than I would have thought. This is a nice cheese, actually, for a Swiss. It almost crumbles in the mouth. It goes into like a. It like goes into little tiny crumble bits as you chew it up, and then you swallow it, and it's nice. But it does have kind of there is a little slight citrus, like a little bit of like maybe lemon. There is a butteriness. There is a definite buttery, slight nutty. I don't know quite what nutty it is, but it does have that nutty kind of thing to it. Milky, cow milky, for sure. I wouldn't say it's sheep or goat. But
Goat.
yeah, it's springy in the mouth. It like makes my jaw go. It's like a trampoline in the mouth. Doing
That would be
Right.
fun.
Boom, boom.
Let's get the grainy out of this beer now. Let's see if it works. Cheese gymnastics.
Jeez.
Cheese gymnastics. Oh shit, that's funny.
It tastes like lemon and Cheerios, and it took over the Swiss cheese. I don't taste cheese anymore. This beer has so much grain to it. It's amazing. I can't believe it. It tastes like I just had Cheerios in the morning with a little bit of milk. And no sugar.
That's yummy.
I guess that's all right, but or cornflakes without the sugar.
Not frosted, right?
Not frosted.
There ain't no Tony the Tiger in that. I'm
The
sorry.
the lemon and the orange kind of stay put, though I do get that still. But the cheese is so light and springy and just kind of vanishes when I have the beer. Let's have the beer first and then the cheese.
Cheesers.
Cheesers.
Jules, that's funny.
Some of the funk went away. I don't get the cereal. The funk goes away and then it comes back as I start to absorb my mouth with the cheese again. I like the beer before the cheese better. Definitely. So cool. That's what there's a little bit of metal. A little bit of metal going on here.
A little bit of mental.
Like rubber and metal. That's weird. God, I don't know if I like it both ways or hate it both ways. All right. Well, okay. So we're gonna get back to let's get back to Bumpy. Let's get our last thoughts out there. I'm gonna throw him up. Here we go.
All right. Well, first off, what do you think of the color so far?
Beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
That's gorgeous.
Oh, I like it.
The trim
That
is going to
was
be darker.
It's like
I
cider.
see some spots that kind of it needs to be there, like
It's like
bleeding through
cider.
a little bit.
That's
Yeah,
really
it is a cidery color. It's really pretty.
Yeah, it's called orange flambe.
Ooh.
And I'm doing royal liqueur for the trim. So
Oh,
it's,
nice.
it looks like it's like a whiskey color.
Oh, that'll be nice. Yeah.
But yeah, so you just got this little portion. Got touch ups, of course, but there we
Very
go. It's a work in progress.
Very
Touch ups.
The cheese, I mean, the provolone's like not a cheese you just buy to eat anyways. So I think that the base provolone itself was provolone. It's damn good. I think that the smoke, whatever they did with the smoke, it didn't quite work. But like I said, it's like if it had like what you might use provolone for anyways, making sandwiches, if it just had some things to mask some of the notes that I didn't like out of that, like that kind of like bad smoke kind of metallic type note I was getting, I think it'd be much better. So I did put the rest of the cheese away. We can slice it up. We can use it for something else hopefully soon because it expires like next month. So I'm gonna score the cheese. It's not trash. I don't know. Probably be like, I'll give it like a 36.5 out of 50. Say it's good. It's edible. I think that's where that would land it. 36, 35. Yeah. Yeah. It's edible. It's good. The beer, like I said, I did miss out. There was something I did notice in the nose. There is like a little bit of pepperiness to it, like almost like a black pepper that I first picked out in the nose. Totally forgot about it when I started picking out like more of the fruit notes and stuff. So like I'm going to say slight black pepper, throw that in there with this British Pale Ale. So it's not my favorite. I do prefer Bass over it. Maybe it's just because I've had Bass so often and it's pretty cheap. And I also like Old Speckled Hen more than this one. But I'm going to score this one pretty decent, I guess. It's a high good range. Is that what's I don't have my chart around me. No, it would have to be over 40 to get into the very good range. It's going to be in the good range. I'm going to score it at a 38.5 out of 50.
All right.
So on an untapped score, when they do it out of 5, it'd be like a 3.85. Just to give anybody a reference as to that aspect. Figure out the 100 scale yourself. Cheers. Oh, and as far as them working together, not really.
No, yeah. All right.
It was just took away from the beer. The cheese kind of took away from the beer. It did add a nice smoky aspect in the forefront, but then adding that kind of metallic bitterness on the finish didn't quite work for me with this beer. And then the vice versa, the beer just kind of took away from any of the nice notes up front from the cheese. It just kind of made it like I was just eating like a Blanco queso, where it's just bland, nothing, just void of flavor.
Damn it.
You sound really disappointed.
That sucks.
So yeah, they did not work well together. But definitely the Rausch beer that I have would have way overpowered that cheese. So
Good move.
I got fuzzy.
You got fuzzy.
Got fuzzy beer.
I'm
I
fuzzy.
got fuzzies right here. They're looking for cheese, but I haven't got no cheese.
Yay.
Oh, buddies.
I look forward to Tuesday.
Oh, here comes another fuzzy.
Oh,
Little fuzzy.
Sadie wants some cheese.
There's all three of them. Yay. Okay.
all right, Bobby. Thanks, man. Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers.
All right. Let's go to Angie, my dear.
I'm going to do the cheese first because the beer I'm going to save for last. The cheese is good. Usually I like Swiss, but this is nice. It's like a mild Swiss. And I like that it doesn't have a whole lot of, bite to it. So, because I didn't want it to overpower this delicious beer. So I'm going to give the cheese, I'm going to give that an 85 out of 100. It is very good. Not my favorite, but it's very good. The beer, however, I mean, everything about it is just delicious, delectable, juicy, sumptuous. It's just amazing. And I would definitely buy it again. As a matter of fact, I'm going to put in a running order with my friend. And, I'm going to give it 100.
Awesome.
Give it 100. Yeah. So 100 for both the cheese and this.
Cool.
Mhm.
Everything
And it
works.
is creamy and delicious.
I thought Alex was here. Okay.
That's one of their better ones too. That's a good one right there, from what I've seen.
Oh,
I mean,
it's so good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's amazing. It's really amazing.
cool.
Yeah.
All right, Angie. Well, thank you. Cheers. All right.
Cheers.
We got Sparkle next. Hello,
I want some of that beer, Angie. I'll pay for shipping.
Okay. All right. I gotta get with my my contact.
Right.
I'll get us some.
Get with your dealer.
I will.
I like the cheese a lot. It's a little bit less strong than just a regular Swiss. I think it would be awesome on a mixed herb cracker. I liked it before the beer. I think it calmed the beer down just a tad in terms of its bitterness. So that worked great. After the beer, it was like shouting. But the beer, it was a pleasant surprise. It had kind of my level of bitter appreciation, which is pretty low. I'm not real big on bitter beers. Big on bitter beers. See what I did there? And I liked it. It was refreshing. It wasn't heavy, and it It paired pretty well. And I think that, for something that's 5%, it actually seemed a little bit more robust than other 5% beers I've had. So that was good. So I'm happy with that. I would rate the beer at probably a 90% compared to others I've had. And the cheese, I'd probably put it up there at 90%. And depending on what I was putting it with, it could be higher. But so we'll give it a 90% all the way around.
Nice. Very
Nice.
good.
Very
Cheers.
good. Yep. Good stuff.
Cheers to Bob.
All right. Cheers, Sparkle. Right on, Bob.
Big on bitter beers, Bob.
All right. Up next, we have Craig to tell us what he thinks. Okay. Cheers, Sparkle. Thank you.
My is what is well. In fairness, the cheese. I've been thinking about it and doing bits and pieces since. I think an extra mature cheddar would work even better with this beer. It was still very good though. It worked well with it. It worked much better than I was assuming it would. But I think a stronger, let's say, an extra mature cheddar, although a little bit more pricey, of course, but would be really, really, really interesting with this. I say this is our regular cheese we have in the house. I didn't go out and get anything, so is what it is from that one. But it worked well. That's the main thing. So for the cheese, then I'll give it like a 3.75. It's not, it's steady. It's one of those sort of things. The beer, however, dark lagers go for the style. I'll give this a solid 4 out of 5 on the Untapped scale. It's certainly one up there with some of the very good German style dark beers that I've had in the past. It's got a little bit more roasty kind of caramel notes than you probably get, for the style. But yeah, very very well. The price point, £1.49 for a 500ml bottle is we're quite lucky, really. But if you see this one in the States or wherever, I say it will be Czech VAR, and it'll probably be a little bit more. So I would imagine this is probably around about the $5 mark. I don't know. I'm guessing. It certainly won't be in a 4-pack, I wouldn't think. But you never know. But yeah, overall, yeah, pretty good. Surprised now while it worked. Actually, I wasn't sure, but yeah, mature cheddar. That's what I'd go for on this one. So yeah. Cheers.
Cheers. Right on. Thank you, Craig. All right.
Nice.
Let's get me out there. Take me out to the ball game. All right. So, this is my my drinker. So the beer was not very good. It smelled good. It started to smell more like a sour, or like I said, a goza-ish kind of like thing. And then I was like, okay. And then I went into it, and it just brought out this huge grain bomb. So I'm not a real big grainy kind of guy. I don't like a big stiff grain in my mouth. Well, that didn't sound good. Anyway, that was not good. So I'm gonna give the beer I'm gonna give the beer. I'll do a 68 out of 100. Just did not like it. I'm sorry. But it was drinkable.
Sorry.
It was still drinkable. It was still okay. It was still all right.
Well, as long as you can choke it down, it's not a total loss, but still.
Is it one of those that tastes better if you've had several?
Yeah.
Yeah, they get better after each one you drink.
It would get better, yeah. If I thought I was back of that, I'd have to drink it and it would get better. But sorry, PB Herman. Yeah. The cheese was phenomenal. It was really good Swiss cheese. Very good. Squeaky. Had all the things that you would expect out of a Swiss. I would give that like a 90, 95 out of 100. Thought it was delicious. The mix was more of beer and then cheese, not cheese before beer. But it kind of was like weird both ways. So I'm just gonna say the mixture for this particular beer and cheese would be like more of a 75 out of 100. Probably something not to try. I should have went with my fruited sour that I have in there. I have a breakfast sour, like a Drecker kind of style sour in there. I should have went with that, to be honest. I should have done that, but that's okay. It was the first thing that fell out of my 6-pack, so it literally like popped out of the plastic things. But it said pick me. But yeah, so that's it. 75 for the total score. But let's go ahead and go back to we're just gonna bring up the panel. Let me mix everyone around. Get Bumpy and Angie, and there we go. Yeah, so you guys go and gals, go ahead and shout some stuff out. Go for it. Starting with Mr. Bumps.
Shout out to Bob.
He's a builder.
Yeah. Bob the builder. Bob's full of bitterness. Bob is. So on my channel, no live streams, just doing beer reviews, 50-point inspections mostly. When I can put them out, trying to put at least one out a week, kind of spontaneously, just sometime during the week. I don't have any set day or anything like that. So I do have a few that I do have to still edit the videos to get out. But yeah, not much else going on. Like always, try to watch your favorite YouTubers, your favorite genres. Maybe if you're getting sick of, say, watching, Kent beer reviews, then maybe try somebody else, But if you enjoy beer reviews, then just start looking at beer review videos, and you might find some new people out there. There's plenty of us, that's for sure. Very saturated topic. But yeah, that's what started me kind of, doing well. It was 21090 that really got me going on this, but it was one of those things where I used to sit there before joining up on YouTube, just watching YouTube beer reviewers. And I mean, I would spend just hours and hours and hours just watching. I only had a few people I was watching back then, so it was a lot easier, I watched somebody like 4 years of somebody's life within 1 year. I mean, that's how it was, just like constantly watching. It was just so fascinating because I was back when I was first kind of getting into craftier beers. So it was just exciting to see what else was out there. And now that I became a beer reviewer myself here for the past, I don't know how long I've been doing this now, 4 years or so. And I've been drinking so much craft beer. It's boring as hell. So teach their own. So anyways, that's it. Just follow YouTubers if you're into something. Don't stop at just one, but don't overdo it either. Give yourself some breathing room.
Yeah.
So it's not really a shout out. It's more like a public service announcement.
I like it.
Yeah. Slow your pace a bit.
Right.
Just take it easy.
But cheers.
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 Cheers. Oh, oh God, that's me. Wait a minute. Bumpy, did you just shout out people? I'm sorry, the beer's getting to my.
I try not to shout people out because we're always shouting out the same people that everybody.
Oh, that's right. Okay, and you were saying about okay. All right, I got it. I got it.
Other people.
I was
You guys
confused
shout
because you
yourself
did
out.
kind of a different format, and then I was like, "Oh shit, what do I do now?" Okay, I'm all right.
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to be different because I didn't want to just shout out like, "Hey, go see Flacco," you know.
Yeah,
Everybody already knows Flacco, so we're all gonna go. You know,
we're all
it's not
gonna
going to
go.
change his viewership.
That was very cool. Very cool.
Right.
Hi Cheryl, love. Good to see you. Angie's Fluid Art is my main channel. I do fluid art, and I'm starting to branch out into other different types of art. Every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, I do live art. All the art is for sale. You just need to email me if you're interested, or just let me know in the chat, and I'll get in touch with you. Just keep an eyeball out. Probably in the next 2 weeks, it's going to change names, and the art that I'll be doing is going to be very different. So I'm excited about that.
Are you going to name yourself Arnie? Are you changing your name to Arnie?
Arnie?
Yeah. Arnie.
No, I'm not going to change my name.
Oh,
to
it's
Arnie.
not that type much.
Not my name. The name of the channel is going to be.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, you got me all discombobulated. And then I have 2 other channels, Just Being Angie, which is where shenanigans happen, and I usually get a strike. And then my 3rd channel, which is Angie's Breaking All the Rules. And again, that's where shenanigans, after parties, dance parties, and things like that happen. But haven't been caught on that one yet. So please stop by anytime. And I would like to shout out all these wonderful people that are on this panel with me. They are wonderful human beings. They are my dear friends and excellent beer reviewers. And I just want to say thank you for taking me seriously and let me try and review beers with you guys. It means a lot to me. And other shout outs, I'm going to say Ryan's Beer Reviews. Go check him out. And Beer Hounds, Bill from Beer Hounds. So cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, Angie.
Cheers.
What?
Cheers.
What? What's going on?
Oh, man. No,
It's Sparkle. It's her turn to do it.
Oh, the sparkle.
I think she's muted.
Angie,
Oh, never mind.
that was great. You did the shout outs that I was going to do. And so I'll just say double that. And that's great.
Sorry.
No, that's perfect. And I want to add to that the craft beer channel. I've been watching that, getting some ideas, writing some things down. So check them out. They have some interesting things, interesting beers that they are talking about. And I just started looking at that. My channel is Art by Sparkle. I have been in Las Vegas learning some more techniques at I guess you'd call it an art conference, but learned from 7 different artists. So I haven't gone live since I got back. I'm hoping to next Sunday, but I'll let everybody know. I'll do a short video that says when I'm going live. I'm still kind of recuperating from the exhaustion, but I'm going to be doing some new techniques that I learned, and I'm real excited about that. It was a fabulous experience, and I wouldn't have missed it for anything. My hubby was fabulous, helping me, as was everybody else. So wouldn't have missed it for the world. So anyway, I don't do every Sunday, but when I'm up for it and up to it, I do it. So anyway, thank you all for your support. And Beer Man, as usual, I love you lots. And
Love
I
you too.
appreciate you letting me come up and fool around.
Love all you guys. Yeah, fool around. Shh, don't tell your husband.
You're
No.
Tom Ford.
Oh, he already knows. He already knows. And he goes, okay, I know you're gone for a few hours.
Thank you, Sparkle. Cheers.
That's a good man right there.
Yeah. Trust.
So, it's going on my channel. I had a bit of a quiet spell for a few months there recently. I'd had a few kind of like self-confidence issues going on, that that kind of deal, and so yeah, I was a bit out of touch with it. Wasn't really doing much reviews there for a while, and it's only kind of recently, the last few weeks, I've kind of started to feel a little bit more like myself, if you know what I mean. And I've actually started doing some more reviews. I've got a bunch of American craft beer I'm going to be starting to put out on the channel. That's kind of slightly happened already. Done a couple more tonight and a few the weekend, and so there's going to be a little bit more in the way of content coming up. Yeah, that kind of deal after like a 2-month kind of spell out of it, really, in many ways. So yeah, that's pretty much what's going on. Starting to do a few more live streams, and depending on mood or
Good
whatever.
to see you're back, Craig.
Yep.
So yeah, and then just trying to get back to myself, really. Just slowly but surely, kind of deal. Yeah, it's pretty much it, really. So the
Did you have a
more
live
content
stream
coming.
earlier?
Huh?
You had a live stream earlier. I
Yeah.
saw. Yeah.
2 and a bit hours or whatever it was. Yeah.
I was at work. Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite cool.
I was painting. Sorry.
No, I don't blame you. I would be as well.
And it looks beautiful.
You don't see this.
Sure.
But no, it's so yes, it's nice to kind of try and feel a little bit kind of normal again. It's nice. But yeah, not really shout outs when the people who are here, and so I think most people know who's out there these days. It's kind of like just keep supporting them. That's what I say, and just and giving them, showing them love, thumbs up, and all that kind of deal. So yeah, all right, cheers for having me on, man. Nice one.
Cheers, man. Right on.
Cheers,
Thank you. Yeah.
Cheers, Craig.
All right. Well, we got the 2 live streams I do. Beer and Cheese will be the same as ever. Bring it. It was good to have an extra edition with Craig here today. So
Absolutely.
thank you, Craig, for being here. Anyone else that wants to pop on can. So just let me know, and I'll get you the link. Bring whatever cheese and beer you'd like. 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 my time Pacific. Wednesday tomorrow will be all spun out at 3 o'clock my time, 6 o'clock Eastern for y'all's Eastern people. And then just figure out the rest of it, I guess, wherever the fuck you are in this world. But to be rather blunt, but yeah, so we'll do that. And you can show up if you haven't never been to the show before. You can bring whatever you want for the first time, and then we'll assign you with some adjectives, a couple adjectives. You go find a beer based on those 2 words, and we'll bring it to the table and see if it works. I'm having a hard time with mine. I think I might need to go search again tomorrow for another one, but that's how it goes. But yeah, I got some beers from still 1 beer left from Regopolis, 1 beer left from Bear, his friend, that I need to review, and I've got a couple beers from Bill, Beerhound's Beer Reviews, that I need to review. The last one was absolutely delicious. I thought it was great. So check out that review if you will, if you can, whatever. But what was I gonna say? Oh, next Beer and Cheese Tuesday. This is a twist. I don't ever do this, but I got the idea from Bill. If you like sardines and crackers, bring some sardines and crackers, and your cheese and beer of choice.
Oh, wow, was that next week?
Yes,
Interesting.
next week we're gonna do sardines.
I did actually have crackers, but I didn't include it in the thing.
So we need
Okay.
Yeah,
sardines
I had
Sardines.
Crackers
I had these
And
going as well. So
and cheese. Okay.
That was-
Garlic flavor sardine. Now that I could get down with.
oh,
yeah.
that sounds
Well, I
good.
was doing
Do
that.
they have the heads on them? Do they have the heads on them?
Huh?
No.
Oh no,
No.
just in the can. So that flip back can or something, like get one of those like cheap dollar cans or whatever it is. Probably went up to $2.
Aren't they fishies though? Do they have their heads on them?
No.
No,
Oh,
they
good.
cut off, no tails, no heads, just been.
What about
just-
bones?
Just
Any
the
bones?
balls.
They're soft.
They're
Yeah, they're
soft.
soft.
Yeah.
They just crunch in your
It's
mouth.
not like the anchovies where they have the little hairs.
Yeah,
No.
they just crunch. I like that crunch.
I like the crunch.
Cheers, buddy. Cheers, buddy.
You like sardines packed in
And
a
we
can.
will watch Angie have her first sardine. Ah!
Listen, I'm going to tell you guys, I have never had a sardine in my mouth, so it will be my first time.
Yep. That ought to be interesting.
Good.
Outrageous.
They have different
I
flavor
will
ones.
try not to vomit on your screen, beer man.
You
Wait,
took
what'd you
okay,
say? We're not doing beer and cheese next week? You're
Oh
doing
no,
sardines?
we're doing beer and cheese, but
Beer,
we're adding
cheese, and
this
sardines.
one only. We're adding any kind of sardines and crackers you want. So if you like, just for
Angie,
this one,
garlic
just-
sardines and garlic crackers.
His
I
face
think
is like, what?
you guys like sardines though? I mean, if you
Yeah.
don't like it,
Yeah,
I love.
I don't
I
mind.
love.
Yeah.
I
I-
like tuna fish. Will I like sardines?
It's
It's
turning into a
different.
beer and cheese or a Friday.
But they're oily. They're both oily
Beer
fish.
Good Friday, yeah.
But
It's
I've never had
different.
sardines, but I've had anchovies on pizza.
oh,
That's different.
Wow.
Never had sardines.
Anchovies are a lot saltier.
Saltier, yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
You can get them with tomato puree.
Yep.
in the
Yeah,
can,
yeah.
and
And
I'm
mustard,
excited
yeah,
to
mustard
try
one.
them.
They have spicy
olive
one.
oil or whatever.
Yeah. Just this time though. I'm not gonna do it all the time. Just something to kind of because it came out of the blue from Bill, from Beer Hounds. I was like, okay, let's do it, man.
Oh, they're awesome, man.
Do it this time only.
I have them
Okay.
all the time.
Well, that puts something new on my shopping list. Sardines.
Oh no, dude! But it's cheap though. It's like $1.50 a can, I think.
Yeah,
Oh, right.
it's kind of
You
like
should
spam, right?
join. That would
Yeah,
be
it's kind
fun.
of like spam
Spam,
or
like
something. Yeah.
spam.
It's probably in the same location.
Tuna and sardines in the same location.
As
Probably.
spam.
Spam would be. Probably
It's all
that.
like all the canned like
Mussels.
stuff you can just keep on the shelf. You don't have to
Ooh,
refrigerate.
mussels.
Cockles.
I
The
love
weird,
mussels.
the weird meat that can stay on regular room
In a
temperature
can
shelf.
until the
In
bombs go
warm
off.
shells.
Clams.
Well, all right. Oh, Bill says
Mussels.
sardines are way better than anchovies. Sardines go better with beer. Really good.
They do.
I believe them. I believe them.
Yeah.
They really do.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Tomato.
What do I got going on? I'm gonna be
Mussels.
brewing soon. Probably not this Thursday because I haven't ordered anything yet.
Hi,
But I
Sunfish.
think in the next 2 weeks I will. I do have beers going out to several people in this little round. I could only do so much. So I do have some stuff going to the main tribute dudes and then a few others just to kind of build a panel. But I do have Chadeo's beer and Alex's beer going out here soon once I get paid to go out to those two. And Shark was a special one that Chadeo asked me to send to. So I'm going to send to him. I might just do them this time around. And then we're going to brew a triple New England for Regiopolis. Well, it's in Bear's names for Bear's friend. We're doing a triple New England. I've never done a triple. And then I'm going to do a single NEPA for Bill. In Bill's name. And then after that, we're going to the art ladies here. We're going to Angie and Sparkle, and we're going to figure out 2 recipes for you 2 ladies. I'm glad Angie likes the New England. That might be the one I brew for you as well. So we'll talk Sparkle about what you want fully for sure. So, hey, cheers, Sunfish and Joey. Cheers.
Joey.
Yeah, so look out for that. 2 people I haven't shouted out in quite some time is Ron's Beer Reviews and Tools. He was here earlier. he just put out the Trogs Jovial Ale a day ago. Dude's really cool, man. I really like this guy. I don't
He
know
lives
why I
in
don't.
Mass.
He's in Mass. Yeah.
Yeah. I
He's in
mean,
Mass.
realistically, I should be able to meet up with him with John.
Oh, cool. All right.
Realistically.
He's super cool though. He's like he's funny. I think he's a Vietnam vet as well, which is cool. And then you got Blue Ice. Blue Ice was here. Another very cool dude. Friends with Ridge and a few other people as well. I think face to face. But his last one he did a pairing review with his buddy. It was an oatmeal stout fat pug. I've never had that. So, but yeah, go check out his stuff. Those are two new people. I like shouting out people we haven't shouted in a while, so it's kind of nice. But long shout. Sorry. Yeah. So that's that. And shout out Joey, man. And Sunfish for Fish. Sunfish for Fish. He's cool too. Joey's cool. All right. No, man. Hey, thanks to everyone in the chat side first. It's been a real hell of a fucking cool chat tonight. You guys had my fingers happy. I mean, I've been on this thing going crazy trying to throw your comments up. Thank you so much for your just getting into it with us. And then I want to thank you on the panel very much. Cheers first to Bumpy Road Brews, Angie with Angie's Fluid Art, Sparkle Art by Sparkle, Mrs. Lori Finzer, and then we got Craig with Camp Beer Reviews. Thank you so much, man. Thank you guys. Appreciate you all the time. It's always
Thank
nice
you.
having a good group. So
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Bearman.
I shout you guys out too. So go check them out. Bill Beerhounds, man, you're a good dude too, man. That guy keeps sending me fucking beer. I love it. Thank you. So he's getting some of my beer here soon. All right, so you guys, thank you very much. Let's get to my outro. You guys have a good night, day, wherever you're from in this beautiful world. Come to the after show. I put the link up if you'd like. Not for one more sip.
Cheers.
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 And
Hell yeah.
cheeses.
Cheers.
Hell yeah. I love beer.